On March 25, 2026, the Environmental Protection Agency quietly issued an emergency waiver allowing 15% ethanol fuel at gas pumps nationwide, year-round, starting May 1st. That same fuel, by federal law, is illegal to put in your lawn mower. So when you walked into Lowe's last weekend and the cashier asked if you wanted the 3-year protection plan for $299 on top of that $2,200 riding mower, what exactly did they sell you? Is the manufacturer warranty already voided the moment you fill the tank with regular pump gas? And is there a single combination of words on that protection plan paperwork that means the company will actually pay when your engine fails? Stick around. We are going to expose the magic words, the ethanol trap, and the only 3 ways to actually win this game. If you have walked into a Lowe's, a Home Depot, or a Tractor Supply this spring, you might believe you are looking at a competitive marketplace with dozens of heritage brands. You see names like Cub Cadet, Troy-Bilt, Husqvarna, Toro, Craftsman, John Deere. You assume these are different companies competing to build a better machine for your yard. That is an illusion. The reality is that a handful of corporate parents now control the residential market. Stanley Black & Decker absorbed MTD Holdings on December 1st, 2021, picking up Cub Cadet, Troy-Bilt, Yardman, Boland's, and Yard Machines in a single $1.6 billion deal. Stanley already owned Craftsman, bought from Sears in 2017 for around $900 million. Briggs Stratton filed bankruptcy in July 2020 and was bought out by KPS Capital Partners, a private equity firm, for $550 million. Roughly 80 million American households mow a lawn. The Outdoor Power Equipment Institute estimates more than 200 million pieces of gas-powered equipment sit in American garages right now. Every single one of them was sold under one of 2 warranty regimes. The first is the manufacturer warranty, written by Briggs Stratton, by Kohler, by Honda, by Husqvarna, by Toro. The second is the in-store protection plan, sold to you in 15 seconds at the register. That second one is a $45 billion industry where retailer margins run between 46 and 70%. So what are you actually buying? The answer starts with 3 words. The 3 words are defect in materials or workmanship. Open any manufacturer warranty for any piece of gas-powered outdoor equipment sold in the United States, and you will find that exact phrase. Briggs Stratton, free from defects in material or workmanship. Kohler, free of manufacturing defects in materials and workmanship. Honda, defective in material or workmanship under normal use. Husqvarna, free from defects in material or workmanship. Toro, defective in materials or workmanship. Steyr, Echo, Cub Cadet, Troy-Bilt, John Deere Residential, Craftsman. Same phrase, same 6 syllables, every single time. Now read what comes after the word except. Briggs Stratton excludes damage caused by improper use or abuse, improper maintenance, normal wear and tear, or stale or unapproved fuel. Husqvarna explicitly excludes damage caused by use of gasoline containing more than 10% ethanol content. Toro excludes failure caused by a rotary mower blade striking an object. Honda excludes cylinder seizure caused by overheat and malfunctioning engine due to use of improper fuel. Steyr excludes damage from impact, moisture, water, rust, corrosion, varnish, stale fuel, gasoline additives, fuel deposits, carbon or combustion deposits. Read those exclusions back to back and ask yourself, how does a small engine actually die in real life? It dies from bad fuel. It dies from running it dry. It dies from hitting a tree root. It dies from rust because you left it under a tarp for the winter. It dies because the air filter clogged or the carburetor gummed up. Every one of those failure modes is excluded. The defect in materials or workmanship clause covers the cracked casting, the warped crankshaft, the bad batch of bearings. Failure modes that account for generously maybe 5% of real-world claims. The other 95% is on you, and that is before we get to the part where the manufacturer demands a paper trail proving you were not the problem. Because here is what nobody mentions at checkout. Most of these warranties were voided before you turned the key the first time. The reason is the gas you are going to put in them. The Renewable Fuel Standard, signed into law in 2005 and expanded in 2007, mandates that American refiners blend roughly 15 billion gallons of corn ethanol into the national fuel supply each year. The result, according to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, is that more than 95% of the gasoline sold at American pumps is E10, 10% ethanol by volume, standard, regular, unleaded, the default at every gas station on every interstate. Now read what your mower's manufacturer actually says about that fuel. Stihl, on its own website, recommends fuel with no more than 10% ethanol and warns that anything higher voids the warranty. Briggs Stratton states that damage to the engine caused by ethanol-blended fuels is not covered. Husqvarna states that ethanol fuel E15 or E85 is not approved for use in Husqvarna products, and using it will cause major engine damage, which is not covered. Echo prohibits anything above 10%. So does Honda, so does Toro, so does Kohler. The chemistry is simple and damning. Ethanol is hygroscopic. It pulls water out of the air. After about 30 days in a partially full tank, the ethanol and water separate from the gasoline in a process called phase separation. Ethanol is also a solvent that softens and dissolves the rubber and plastic components in small engine fuel systems. It leaves varnish and gum deposits in the carburetor jets. The fix is ethanol-free fuel. True Fuel, the canned premix at Home Depot, costs roughly $28 per gallon equivalent. Rec 90, sold at marinas and select stations, runs $4 to $6 per gallon. Pump E10 averages around $3.10. The math is brutal, but the alternative is a denied claim. Now layer on the second trap: maintenance documentation. Cub Cadet, Troy-Bilt, and Craftsman warranties contain the line that a copy of your sales receipt is required for warranty service. Kohler states that the owner is responsible for proper use and maintenance, and that all receipts and records covering maintenance be retained. Briggs Stratton expects you to change oil at 5 hours, then every 50, change the foam air filter every 25 hours or 3 months, change the paper cartridge every 100 hours, change the spark plug every season. If you cannot produce receipts proving every one of those services, the dealer can, and according to multiple service center managers reporting on outdoor power equipment forums, will find a reason to deny the claim. One Stihl service center manager put it this way on a public forum: if it is fluid related, Stihl will not warranty it. Period. Even when the claim is approved, the process is designed to wear you down. The dealer cannot fix anything without manufacturer authorization. They have to take photographs, document the failure mode, submit a digital claim packet, and wait for a corporate technical representative to approve the labor hours. Common practice across the residential industry is for a mower to sit in the dealer service yard for 6 to 10 weeks while the back and forth plays out. The manufacturer will often approve the diagnosis but report that the specific replacement part, a transmission case, a flywheel, a wiring harness, is on national back order. Meanwhile, the lawn keeps growing. You are paying a neighbor's kid to mow it with his own equipment, or you are renting from the same store that sold you the broken machine. The financial leverage flips entirely against the consumer once the unit is on the dealer's lift, which is exactly the design goal. There is, however, exactly one corner of this market where the math on a 4-year extended warranty actually works. It is the Tuff Torq K46 hydrostatic transmission. The K46 is the sealed transaxle inside the John Deere D100 series, the Cub Cadet XT1 and XT2, the Husqvarna YTH series, most Craftsman riders. Tuff Torq's own EF AQ states that on the K46, a fluid change is typically not recommended. The fluid breaks down anyway, somewhere between 300 and 500 hours of use. The pump and motor cylinder block faces lose pressure. The mower starts creeping, then whining, then refuses to climb hills. A dealer rebuild runs $1,200 to $2,000, parts and labor. That failure window, 3 to 5 years for the average suburban homeowner mowing an acre, falls almost exactly inside a 4-year extended warranty period. So if you are buying a residential big box rider with a K46, that $200 protection plan is genuinely the one time the casino lets you win. But wait until you see what they are charging everyone else for it. There are 3 ways to actually win this fight, and they get progressively better. Solution 1 is the 3-question test. Before you say yes to any extended warranty at any checkout, ask the cashier, out loud, 3 questions. 1. What specific failure modes does this plan cover, and what are the named exclusions? 2. What maintenance documentation will the administrator require at claim time? 3. Does the warranty period actually extend past the known failure point of this machine? Most cashiers cannot answer any of those questions because the people selling these plans do not read them. Lowe's Protection Plan is administered by Federal Warranty Service Corporation, a subsidiary of Assurant. Home Depot's plans, since February of 2021, have been administered by Square Trade, owned by Allstate. Tractor Supply uses Assurion. None of those administrators are in the store. They are insurance companies underwriting a risk pool, and the only number they care about is loss ratio. Solution 2 is to buy pre-consolidation. A pre-2017 Craftsman built by Sears suppliers is a structurally different machine than a post-2017 Craftsman built by MTD on the same line as a yard machine. A pre-2020 Briggs Stratton engine built before KPS Capital Partners took the company through bankruptcy was assembled in a different supply chain than what is rolling off the line today. Look at the date stamps on the engine block. Look at the country of origin sticker. The pattern is identical to the recreational vehicle industry. Roll up the brands, strip the cost out, ship the warranty risk to a third-party administrator. Solution 3 is the loophole. The same way recreational vehicle insiders quietly import 25-year-old Toyota commercial vans from Japan, the lawn care insiders buy used commercial-grade zero turns. Scag Power Equipment, owned by Metalcraft of Mayville in Wisconsin, is still independent. Walker Manufacturing in Fort Collins, Colorado, is still family-owned. Grasshopper, made by Mowerage Manufacturing in Moundridge, Kansas, is still family-owned. Wright Manufacturing in Frederick, Maryland, is still family-owned. Their warranties are commercial. 2 years, unlimited hours on a Scag Cheetah, 2 years on a Walker, 3 years on a Grasshopper. The engines, Kawasaki FX, Kohler Command Pro, Briggs Vanguard, are rated for 2,000 to 3,000 hours. The warranty claims are filed by the local dealer in person, not through an 800 number routed to an Assurion call center. Here is the play. A new Scag Tiger Cat 2 runs roughly $11,000. A 5-year-old Tiger Cat 2 with 800 hours, listed on Tractor House or Mascus, sells for about $4,500. The Kawasaki FX engine has at least another 1,200 hours of useful life. That works out to roughly $3.75 per cutting hour. The brand new big box rider with the Tuff Torq K46, $3,500, 400 hours to failure, plus a $1,500 transmission rebuild. Works out to over $12 per cutting hour. Same lawn. Quadruple the cost. And one final detail nobody talks about. Under the Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act, 15 U.S.C. Section 2302 Paragraph C, no manufacturer can legally require you to use a specific brand of oil or service at a specific dealer to keep your warranty valid, unless they provide that part or service free of charge. The Federal Trade Commission sent warning letters to 6 major companies in April of 2018 for exactly that violation. Almost no consumer ever invokes it. Step back and look at what is happening here. The renewable fuel standard pushes 10% ethanol into the gas tank. The manufacturer warranty quietly excludes that same fuel. The retailer protection plan excludes the bulk of real failure modes and is sold to you in 15 seconds by a teenager who has not read the document. The brands you grew up trusting have been rolled up by private equity, and the only winners in the loop are the administrators collecting 46 to 70% margins on a $45 billion premium pool. Stop shopping like a consumer. Start thinking like an auditor. Read the exclusions before the box, not after. Check the date stamps on the engine block. Check the manufacturing lineage. And if this video saved you $300 at a Lowe's checkout this weekend, hit subscribe so we can keep exposing this stuff.